Now, let me ask a question. Where do you suppose most attacks come from? Well, you'd be correct in saying that most attacks come from the external or outside of our environment. We expect that to take place. It's kind of funny. Back in the day, I actually owned my own wireless ISP service, and I live in a real rural community of Salt Lake City. It's called Syracuse. It's a farming community. And back in the day when I moved here, there was really no high-speed internet. Well, excuse me, I could get ISDN. Wow, that brings back memories, doesn't it? Actually, nightmares. It was 144K, 128K. Man. Anyway, I paid like $80 for it. And I thought, you know what? This is just ridiculous. The city's growing. There's no high speed. Cable Comcast isn't out here. Quest isn't out here. So I decided to become my own wireless ISP. I had a couple T1s dropped into my garage, converted my garage into a server room. I did some co-locating. And when I got involved with this, I actually had one of my customers was actually a good friend of mine. His name is Mark Burnett, and he's a white hat for Microsoft. He's written several books. And he told me, he said, hey, Dale, tell you what, since I'm your neighbor, and you're right, internet up here really is terrible, if you give me free internet service, I'll teach you what I know and help you to protect your network. And I went, sold. Didn't take me very long. And as we were talked about this, he said, Dale, are you sure you really want to do this? And I said, what do you mean by that, Mark? Of course I want to do this. I want to make some money. And he goes, you have no idea what's coming at you. And I go, Mark, we're in Syracuse, Utah. And he said, Dale, it doesn't matter. You are not in Syracuse, Utah, according to the internet. You are a number. And this is a really interesting concept to understand because a lot of people will say, you know, I really don't care if a hacker gets my system. They can steal all my money because I don't have any money. Well, technically, I may not be after your money. I may be after your resources. Or I may be looking for a fall guy. Use your computer to attack somebody and have them come visit you. Now, other places that attacks come from include foreign countries. We hear this in the news almost daily. The most recent one is the Sony hacking scandal from China. North Korea? Yeah, North Korea. Now, I'm not about to sit here and tell you that the United States is innocent because the United States is, even though we are a big target, and you saw that in the first video, we're getting DDoSs all the time. But trust me, we do the same thing. Let's see. I happen to remember an article is really weird. Back when the first Desert Storm took place, the night it launched, all the defense systems went down in Iraq. So just know that that may be another source of your attacks. Another one that a lot of people don't think about is internal. It's almost like retail theft. A majority of your attacks will come from internal sources. In fact, just recently here in 2015, Morgan Stanley, and for those of you guys who don't know who those guys are, they're one of the world's largest financial service firms. But they announced that customer information was breached. Now, it wasn't because some hacker was, determined to get in, or any type of sophisticated email attack, or any type of buffer overflow attack. Instead, it was an employee who stole data from more than 350,000 customer accounts. So don't exclude internal.